Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is John here. Welcome back to another video. So today we are back for a video that's kind of more of a tutorial type video. For those of you guys, hopefully I'll be finding people that are going to be looking for a good level 3 deck. Now, in my opinion, this is my level 3 account right here. It's almost level 4, but I've kept it at level 3 because I wanted to see how far I could get trophy-wise. With this account, I have gotten to the Spell Valley with this deck that I'm going to be showing you guys, which I believe to be like the best level 3 deck. It's gotten me the farthest. It is really awesome. So I'm going to show you guys some replays, show you the deck first if you just want to copy it down like that. But hopefully you are level 3 or level 4. It probably works for level 4 as well. It probably, if you can upgrade these troops a little bit more, they'll definitely be more effective. So here's the deck right here. Check it out. We've got the Hog Rider, the Minion, the Bomber, the Arrows, the Tesla, the Giant, and the Musketeer, and the Witch. Now the Witch is kind of the one that you guys might not have as a level 3. I was really lucky and I was able to collect the Witch super early. If you don't have the Witch, it kind of sucks. I think you could probably swap it in with maybe a Valkyrie if you want to. The Valkyrie is pretty powerful. If you have the Baby Dragon, just a powerful epic troop. Or I guess if you don't have an epic, you could use, the Valkyrie, I guess. Or if you have the spawners are pretty good too, because the whole thing that's really good about the Witch is it spawns a bunch of troops. And this deck is really good at, if you get a big push going, you want to have someone spawning troops. But if you have the Witch, then you're set and you have all these cards. You are probably going to do pretty well because this deck has gotten me super far up. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the replays to show you guys how to play it the best. How to, because it's really important with a deck. You can't just like copy it down. You got to learn how to play it. So here, let's go watch this one first. Obviously, you aren't going to win everyone because they're like level 6. This guy was level 6 that I beat. So, I mean, it's hard to win. You're not going to win every time. Don't expect it winning every time when you get up super high. I used the Witch there to go ahead and counter that minion horde. I knew I didn't have my arrows up on deck, and I didn't really need them because I had that Witch to counter over there. So here's the thing. The big thing that you want to have with this deck is you want to be able to push with the Hog Rider and the Giant. You have the Witch who's really good at taking down those skeleton army traps. I wasn't really down for like going for a huge push there, so I just went ahead and let them get a little bit of damage there. Start off the raid okay there. So I threw down the minions there, which wasn't really a good use of them. But a great counter to Witches is either the Bomber or the Musketeer. Great counter to Witches on this deck, as well as the Musketeer is great for countering the Baby Dragon. Those are some things. Also, the Witch is great for countering the Prince. So these are like, you know, certain troops that people have a lot of trouble with when you're just starting out, like the Baby Dragon. The Musketeer is great counter to that. Also, the Witch is perfect for countering the Minion Horde, the Skeleton Army, the Prince, like everything. So go ahead and use those troops as you're going through here to make those different counter defensive plays. So I used my Tesla also to kind of take out that Baby Dragon at the end there, but it's really good. The Tesla's a great counter for the Hog. If anyone just drops down a Hog, you go for that. So I threw down my Hog on the left side. It's great to have 2 tanks. I kind of consider the Hog as a second tank to the Giant. So you can always throw down the Hog to kind of just throw him off. So I really threw this guy off because he did not even have a chance to defend me on the left tower that he had there. Now I got a little squad going down on the right there. They're gonna get a little bit of damage. The Witch is just so powerful at just getting W's. She's so good spawning troops, just taking out other troops. She's just so good. So there we go. The whole thing is you want to get that big push going. I forget if I really had a huge one happening in this one. I kind of got a little screwed on this, so I had to throw it on my Giant in order to counter the Prince, but it was definitely worth it because that Prince would have gotten a ton of damage. So I guess if you're in a dire need, you don't have the Witch to counter, or the Musketeer, or I guess the Bomber. The Bomber's not a great counter to the Prince though. I guess you can throw it on a Giant. I do that sometimes when I don't have enough, or I don't have the Witch on deck there. So he throws down the Witch again. I got the Bomber and the Musketeer, like the best counters to that there. I'm gonna throw down my Giant. If you get the Giant with the Bomber behind it, that is so good. That is like such a good combo to go for. I'm gonna let it go, Musketeer go on the left there, and I've got my Hog. And if you can get the Bomber and then the Giant, and then they're going really well and they're taking out people, then you could throw down the Hog like I just did there, and you can just literally just wreck. Honestly, if this match had been longer, I Probably could have been able to get a 3-star. I just decided to go for fun for that other tower on the left there. We were able to get 2 towers. We definitely would have gotten 3 if there's a little bit more time. And that was all because of that giant hog push on the right-hand side that just kind of sparked the whole thing. With the bomber behind it, the bomber countered a bunch of other things. And that's basically how you are supposed to kind of use this deck. We're going to show one more example, and then we'll kind of wrap it up there. But it's really important. This is actually the raid that just got me to Spell Valley for the first time there. We'll show you how it all went down. This guy was crazy. He was using the mirror. It really was like pissing me off a little bit because the mirrored goblin barrels is like just a little bit annoying. So he did that to start off the raid. I was like, okay, here we go, boy. All right, we got that. But the minions are a great counter to that. The minions are also a great counter to if you run into someone with the graveyard, throw down the minions, those 3 minions. That's really good for that. Now, I was kind of going to get wrecked a little bit right here because the baby dragon is a really good counter to the witch. So I wasn't going to be able to really do anything with that push right there. But coming back around, I can throw down my bomber, and then I can throw down my musketeer to counter both the baby dragon and the witch there. They are going to get a little bit of damage, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're going to go ahead and throw down that giant to counter the prince again. Once again, I didn't really have the cards that I quite wanted, so it's fine to throw down the giant if you want to counter the prince a little bit there. I threw down he's gonna mirror his zap there because he's afraid. You know, when they're mirroring the zap, he's afraid. So now we got a nice little push. We're gonna put a nice bit of damage on that left tower because of the musketeer doing the ultimate, like, here, we'll pause it for a second here. The ultimate, like, push would be having your giant starting, have the bomber behind there, have the musketeer, have the witch, and throw down a hog at the same time. That would be ridiculous. I've had that happen a few times. I don't think it happens in this raid, but that is always what you're going for. But it's also really good to have. Oh, look at the goblin barrel. Look at the goblin barrel. It's just floating there. That's pretty cool. But also, it's really good if you just have the giant and the musketeer. I wouldn't say it's as good as the giant and then the bomber, but the musketeer, as we saw right there, did really well as well. So here we go. He's gonna throw down his crazy little goblin barrel. I knew he mirrored the other the zap, so you wouldn't have that double goblin barrel again, which is great. Great counter to the balloon is the musketeer. The Tesla works as well. Not as great because he will just kind of take out the balloon. The balloon takes out the Tesla pretty quickly. But as you can see, the musketeer just shoots him down, bam, bam. It's awesome. So I'm gonna let that musketeer go there. I forget when this raid kind of starts to turn around, but I do have the witch, and this is gonna show the witch at work with the prince. As you can see, completely takes down the prince, especially those low-level princes. Bam, witch takes him out real fast. So I'm gonna throw down the hog here, and we get a little push on the side here, getting started. So he kind of just with the witch there, it's just kind of an overwhelming amount of damage that happens. He throws out 2 baby dragons with that mirror, which is kind of a little bit crazy, but I knew by this point I pretty much had the raid in my bag as long as I could hold off this push here. I threw down the Tesla because there's 2 baby dragons, as well as the musketeer, who's really good at taking out the witches and the baby dragon. I threw down my boy here, the musketeer and the bomber, which for making for a great push on the left there. You got to look for those opportunities. Also a great counter to the balloon is the minions right there, as we saw. So that was really nice, taking out that balloon super easy. Now I had kind of a 2-front war happening, and we've got the hog going in on the right, which is great. If you can get the giant going on the left with a really nice push and then just throw it on the hog on the other side, they're gonna be like, what the frick is going on? So the raid ended up there. I definitely could have, if I needed to, I definitely could have gotten another tower, but yeah, we're just gonna end up there. We're gonna come out with the win on top once again. A level 3 versus a level 6 there in both of those raids. Pretty impressive, pretty awesome, and this is the deck that did it for me. So I'm gonna leave the deck up there as we end of the video. Thank you so much for guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, join the Juan Nation. I'm John, or Juan, yeah, be sure to comment down below actually if you did try the strategy. If you're level 3 or level 4 or something like that, check it out, what the best strategies are. Hopefully it works well for you. Let me know below if you changed anything or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out, and I will be seeing you guys next time.